For the first time, a former Pyongyang traffic officer breaks her silence about what really happens to young women in North Korea's elite positions. Park Mi-seon was handpicked at age 20 to direct traffic in the capital, a coveted job that turned into systematic sexual predation by a party official who knew he was untouchable. When she reported the abuse, authorities blamed her for being too pretty. And when her friend committed suicide to escape the same man, officials called it a tragedy at the funeral. For more exclusive testimonies, subscribe and become part of our investigative community. Your subscription helps us continue uncovering these hidden truths. My name is Park Mi-seon. I live in South Korea now, but just a year ago, I was a traffic officer in the heart of Pyongyang. This is how it all began. I was born in Cheongjin, North Hamgyong Province. Dad worked in a factory. Mom sold things at home, raising me and my younger brother. We were poor, but our parents' love made up for everything. Mom always said, "Mi-seon, you're tall and pretty. You should get a good job and live well." I held those words close. I went to Pyongyang Sports University. After graduating in 2021, I got lucky assigned to the Pyongyang Traffic Safety Bureau. I was 20. News spread fast in Cheongjin, a country girl from our town working in Pyongyang. My parents beamed with pride. Relatives were jealous. Working in Pyongyang meant something in the north. Real honor. I believed it was the luckiest break of my life. Life started at the women's traffic police dormitory in Pyongyang's Jung district. 4 of us shared one room. The senior officers treated me well. We woke at 6 a.m. for roll call. By 7 a.m., we were at intersections directing traffic. Summer heat, winter cold, it was tough. But I felt proud. I was serving the people of Pyongyang. Evenings meant political study sessions back at the dorm. Then we'd chat with the senior officers. Sometimes we'd go to the market for snacks. Corn cost paibu 1. Tofu was 1,000 won per block. My monthly salary was about 3,000 won. I sent 2,000 to my parents in Cheongjin. Once a month I'd visit home. Mom always made my favorite tofu rice. Tears would well up in her eyes. My daughter works so hard in Pyongyang. Dad never said much. He'd just smoke and watch my face. My brother would whine, "I'm jealous, sis. I want to go to Pyongyang too." Spring 2022. 2 years into traffic duty. I'd gotten good at it. I even trained new recruits. Changgwang Street intersection was one of the busiest in Pyongyang. You couldn't let your guard down. But when citizens said, "Thank you for your service," it felt worth it. One of my roommates was Young-suk. She was 27, 5 years older than me. Marriage talks were already happening. She was happy. "Mi-seon, you need to find someone good too," she'd say. She even offered to set me up. I'd just laugh it off. I'm too young. Back then, I believed that life would continue. I'd work in Pyongyang a few more years. Meet someone nice. Get married. Bring my parents to Pyongyang so they could live comfortably. That was my dream, my whole life. I never questioned the system. Never dreamed of leaving the north. But that ordinary life was about to crumble. Summer 2022. Word came that a new supervisor was joining our district's Traffic Safety Bureau. Choi Cheol-nam, early 50s. Former party official connected, people said. At our first meeting, he smiled warmly. "Comrades, you work hard. I'll take good care of you." The first few weeks passed without incident. He'd patrol occasionally. "You're doing great," he'd say. Then one day, he started paying special attention to me. "Your hometown is Cheongjin, right? What do your parents do? Is dorm life difficult?" I thought he was just looking after his subordinates. One evening in August, quitting time approached. Choi called me over. "Comrade Park Mi-seon, come to the office. I need help organizing files." The senior officers left. I was alone. When I entered, he was by himself. He closed the door, then grabbed my hand. "Mi-seon, you're so pretty. I want to take care of you. What do you say?" My whole body froze. I tried to pull away. He was strong. "Supervisor, you can't do this," I said. He smiled. "Why not? I could bring your parents to Pyongyang, send your brother to college. Treat me well, and good things will happen." I yanked my hand free and ran out. Back at the dorm, I cried in the bathroom. I washed my hands over and over. That feeling wouldn't go away. A 22-year-old woman facing this, I couldn't believe it. Did I do something wrong? Am I misunderstanding? Every thought raced through my mind. A few days later, I carefully told Young-suk. Her reaction surprised me. Me, Sion, he's always been like that. It happened to me too. You have to endure it. If you refuse, they'll send you back to the countryside. You want to lose your Pyongyang position? Even she said that. My world collapsed. That night I called my parents. Hearing Mom's voice, tears burst out. Mom, I miss you. Why are you crying? What happened? Her worried tone made it impossible to tell the truth. Nothing. I just wanted to hear your voice. After hanging up, I cried again. How could I tell them? How could I say I lost my Pyongyang position? After that, Choi became more aggressive. In the hallways, have you thought about it? When I refused. Then I guess you can go back to Chongjin. He'd threaten me. In front of colleagues, he'd act kind. But alone, the disgusting comments came. You should make the most of being young and pretty. I can arrange a good marriage for you. One night he assigned me late duty. He called me out on patrol at dawn. In a dark alley, he grabbed my hand again. When I screamed, he got angry. Quiet! Aren't you the one seducing me? That night, I looked in the mirror at home. Is being pretty a crime? Was being born a woman my mistake? Young-suk said similar things happened under the previous supervisor. Young female officers all experienced it. Some gave in. Others quit, using marriage as an excuse. Can't we report this? I asked. She laughed bitterly. To whom? He's a former party official. You just get labeled a troublemaker. That's when I understood. In this country, ordinary people, especially young, women had no recourse against powerful men. The system didn't protect us. Instead, they'd say, women should be more careful. Or, maybe you led him on. Every night I'd lie in my dorm bed thinking, is this the Pyongyang life I dreamed of? Did I leave my parents for this? But what choice did I have? If I went back to Chongjin, what would I tell them? Your daughter couldn't handle Pyongyang? Around then, a small voice started whispering in my mind. This can't continue. Something has to change. But I didn't yet know that meant defection. Just vague anxiety and growing anger. Autumn arrived. Watching leaves pile on the streets, all I felt was cold inside. Choi's harassment got worse by the day. When I kept refusing, he changed tactics. Comrade Park Mission, if you won't listen, bring me money. 500 U.S. dollars and I won't transfer you to Chongjin. $500. Impossible for an ordinary North Korean to get. Even saving for years wouldn't work. Where would I get that kind of money? He sneered. That's for you to figure out. Get it from your parents. Do business. Bring it in a month, or you're going to Chongjin. Hell began that day. During the day, directing traffic at intersections, my mind was consumed with money. Should I try selling something at the market? But I had no capital. No time. Should I ask my parents? How could they, living in Chongjin, get that much money? To make it worse, Choi started retaliating. He reassigned me to the hardest intersection, put me on night duty 7 days straight. Standing until 3 a.m. in the dead of winter, my hands and feet felt like they'd freeze and crack. We didn't even have proper gloves. Frostbite formed on my fingers. One day I tried complaining to another superior. The supervisor is making unreasonable demands. You know what he said? You should have been more careful. Pretty women need to watch themselves. He blamed me. Just get married soon. Then this won't happen. A colleague was going through the same thing. Soo Jin, a friend 1 year younger, 21. The two of us would meet secretly and cry together. What do we do? Are we really getting sent to Chongjin? But there were no answers. Then one day, shocking news. Young-suk had finally given in to Choi's demands. Mission, I'm getting married. The supervisor introduced me to someone nice. She was smiling, but her eyes were dead. I knew what that meant. At night in the dorm, I'd cry in secret. Under the blankets, silent sobs. Grandmother in heaven, please help me. What did I do wrong to deserve this punishment? My late grandmother used to say, Mission is kind, so she'll be blessed. Was this a blessing? Calling my parents was the hardest. Mission, are you well? When Mom asked, I lied. Yes, I'm fine. Are you eating well? Yes, I'm eating well. All lies. I wasn't eating properly. Nightmares haunted me every night. One day Choi called me again. Have you thought about it? Got the money? No. Then come here. If you don't have money, there are other ways. Chills ran through my body. When I backed away, he sneered. Who do you think you are? You're just a country girl from Chongjin. Who got you this Pyongyang job? That evening at the market, I ran into an old senior. She'd left Pyongyang for the provinces. Seeing my face, she quietly asked, You too? Choi Cheolnam? I nodded. She sighed. Mision. Women here aren't treated like people. I couldn't take it anymore. That's why I left. What do you do now? Just living. Got married in the provinces. Had kids. But Mision, while you're young, if you get the chance. She trailed off. Then she pressed a small piece of paper into my hand. Find this person when you go to Chongjin. There are other paths. I didn't know what she meant, but I pocketed it. Walking back to the dorm, I thought, this is what it means to be a woman in this country. When a powerful man wants something, we can't refuse. If we do, our lives are ruined. I watched women walking the streets. What pain was each of them carrying? That night, I seriously considered it for the first time. I can't live like this. If I stay, I'll end up like Yong-suk, or get sent back to Chongjin. I don't want either. Even then, defection wasn't a concrete thought, just a vague longing. I want to escape. One day, Soo-jin said to me, Sis, I can't take it anymore. I'd rather die. Startled, I grabbed her hand. Don't say that. Let's find a way. But what way? Inside this system, there were no answers. Real winter set in, hands and feet cracking from the cold. My heart was colder. And then, an event that would completely change my life was about to happen. December 2022. First snow fell on Pyongyang. Watching the white blanket, I remembered childhood in Chongjin, building snowmen with my brother. Back then, I was happy. Now even snow felt cold. That morning, chaos erupted at the dorm. Soo-jin had hanged herself. 21 years old, 1 year younger than me, she was gone. When I rushed to her room, it was too late. On the small desk by her bed sat a note. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry. Your daughter is dirty now. I can't come home. I can't take it anymore. Reading those few lines, tears poured down. I knew what had happened to Soo-jin. Choi had done the same thing to her. She couldn't refuse his demands. After that, Soo-jin washed herself constantly. Sis, I'm dirty. No matter how much I wash, I'm dirty, she'd cry. I can still see her. Soo-jin's parents came from Chongjin for the funeral. Her mother wailed at the casket. What did my Soo-jin do wrong? Why did she have to die here in Pyongyang? Her father stood silent, fists clenched. Those trembling hands tore through my chest. I couldn't look at them. I'm next, I thought. Choi showed up at the funeral, shed fake tears. Such a tragedy. Watching him, my whole body shook. Rage, terror, something surged through me. This man practically killed Soo-jin. How can he act so calm? That night, sitting alone in the dorm room, I stared at Soo-jin's bed. Tears came again. Then I remembered the piece of paper. I pulled it from my pocket and unfolded it. A Chongjin address and a name. Kim Seong-ho can help. That's all it said. In that moment, I decided, I can't live like this. Even if it means risking my life, I have to leave. I couldn't end it like Soo-jin. 22 years old, I wanted to live. My parents were alive, my brother was alive. But staying here, being abused by men like Choi, I'd rather attempt escape. A few days later, I requested leave to visit Chongjin. I lied, saying my parents were ill. The night before leaving Pyongyang, I said goodbye to Yong-suk. Stay healthy. You too, Mision. Come back from your hometown and let's keep going. She didn't know. That was our final goodbye. January 2023, I took the train to Chongjin. Watching Pyongyang disappear through the window, I thought, I might never come back. The snow-covered mountains outside seemed to wave farewell. Arriving home, my parents greeted me warmly. Our daughter's here! Mom was thrilled. She made my favorite tofu rice. Dad patted my head. It's been hard, hasn't it? Tears almost burst out, but I held them back. If I told them the truth, They'd never let me go. For a few days, I lived normally. Went to the market with Mom. Watched Dad smoke. Joked with my brother. I etched every moment into my heart. This is the last time. I might never see these faces again. Secretly, I found the address on the paper. Kim Seong-ho was a broker connected to ethnic Koreans in China. I want to defect. He looked at me seriously. Are you prepared to risk your life? If you're caught, it's public execution. I know. But I'm going. The broker agreed to take me to the border in a week. The cost? I'd work in China and pay it back. During that week, I spent as much time as possible with my parents. Mom cooking, Dad smoking, my brother studying. I captured it all in my memory. The night before leaving, I left a small note for my brother. Seong-min, forgive me. I'm leaving because I want to live. Take care of Mom and Dad. I love you. I tucked the note under his pillow. Watched his sleeping face for a long time. At dawn, while my parents slept, I quietly left the house. Closing the front door, I looked back one last time. 22 years in this home. This space filled with my parents' love. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry. Your daughter is failing you. But I wanted to live. I met the broker. We headed for Onsong. On the train, watching Chongjin fade, tears fell. My hometown, my parents, my brother, saying goodbye to everything. And Sujin's face appeared in my mind. Sujin, I'm going to survive. I'll live free for you, too. The Tumen River was getting closer. A life-or-death escape was about to begin. The night of January 25th, 2023, the most terrifying moment of my life. When we reached the Onsong border area, the temperature was 20 C. Broker Kim Seong-ho spoke. We crossed tonight. Ready? I wasn't ready, but I nodded. 3 others came with us. A woman in her 40s. A couple in their 30s. Each had their own story. Each risked their life to be here. We waited in an abandoned house near the river for nightfall. No one spoke. Everyone wore the face of someone ready to die. Around 11 p.m., the broker signaled, "Let's go. No sounds. If you see lights, get down. Don't move without my signal." We followed him through darkness toward the riverbank. The Tumen River was frozen, but the ice looked thin in places. This is the narrowest point, but patrols come through often. If we're lucky, 10 minutes to cross. My heart pounded at his words. Across the river, Chinese soil. Less than 2 meters away. But it felt 1,000 miles distant. Now! At the broker's signal, we stepped onto the river. Started walking on the ice. Cracking sounds came from beneath our feet. Every step was terror. What if the ice breaks? What if I fall in and freeze to death? Every thought raced through my mind, but I couldn't stop. Halfway across, the broker suddenly shouted, "Get down!" We dropped flat on the ice. Flashlight beams appeared in the distance, patrol guards. My heartbeat felt so loud they'd surely hear. I could barely breathe. Lying on ice at 20 C, my whole body froze. 10 minutes, 30, time disappeared. My hands and feet lost all feeling. My lips turned blue. I'm going to freeze to death, I thought. The woman in her 40s started shaking from the cold. The broker signaled for silence, but she couldn't stop. That's when I prayed for the first time in my life. Grandmother and grandfather in heaven, please let me live. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry. Your daughter wants to live. The patrol lights came closer, maybe 50 meters away now. It's over. They'll catch us. In that moment, the husband from the couple grabbed my hand tight. Maybe he meant, if we die, at least we're not alone. Then miraculously the patrol turned. They didn't see us. Went another direction. The broker whispered quietly, "Go now. Fast!" We stood again. Started crossing. Forced our frozen bodies to move. Finally, my feet touched Chinese soil. My legs gave out. I collapsed. I'm alive. I made it. But instead of joy, I felt fear. Turning back, I could see North Korean territory, where my parents lived. My brother. My hometown. A place I might never return to. The broker urged us on. Move fast. It's dangerous here, too. We walked through darkness toward a Korean-Chinese village. Frostbite burned my hands and feet, but I couldn't stop. Around 4 a.m., we reached a basement in a Korean-Chinese home. Sitting in the basement, I touched my face with trembling hands. Am I really in China? Did I actually escape? It didn't feel real. The woman was crying. The couple held each other. That night I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I was back on the frozen river. Patrol lights. Freezing cold. Fear of death. And my parents' faces. My brother's face, hovering before me. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry. Your daughter came so far away. Seong-min, forgive me. Tears fell, but I couldn't cry out loud. Even here wasn't safe. The broker spoke. This is just the beginning. You have to survive in China. Getting to Korea is still far away. His words snapped me back to reality. Right, this wasn't the end. This was just the start. I greeted my first morning in a windowless basement. Couldn't see the sun, but I was grateful just to be alive. At the same time, anxiety crept in. How will I live here? What if I get caught? What was waiting ahead? I'd set foot on Chinese soil, but there was no freedom. A new hell began. The broker took us to a basement in a Yanbian Korean Chinese village. No windows, no sunlight. 5 defectors, including me, hid there. Never go outside. If Chinese police catch you, they'll send you straight back to the north. That means public execution. That was the warning from the Korean Chinese landlady. We had to stay in the basement during the day. Could only use the bathroom at night. Had to keep our voices down. February 2023. Basement life started. Sitting in darkness all day drove me crazy. I lost track of time. No clock. No sun. We ate twice a day cold rice the landlady secretly brought. That was it. One person had been there 6 months already. You lived like this for 6 months? What choice do I have? To get to Korea, I need money. But I can't work here. That answer filled me with despair. Will I live like this for months? Years? In March, the broker found me work. I'd work secretly in the kitchen of a Korean Chinese restaurant. Don't speak Chinese. Act mute. Your identity can never be exposed. Monthly pay was 2,000 yuan, about 400,000 won in Korean money. Half went to the broker. I had to live on the rest. Restaurant work was brutal. 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. without breaks. Washing dishes. My hands cracked. My back ached. But I endured. I had to save money for Korea. The restaurant owner knew I was a defector. Paid me less. But I couldn't protest. I was illegal. One day, police raided the restaurant. ID check. I was in the kitchen. Panicked, I hid in a closet. My heart felt like it would explode. If they catch me, it's over. Back to the north. Dead. The closet was cramped and stuffy, but I didn't dare breathe. Luckily, the owner covered for us. All my kitchen staff are Korean Chinese. The police didn't check. When I came out of the closet, I was drenched in sweat. That evening, back in the basement, I cried for a long time. Is this living? Hiding like a bug? One day in April, an elderly Korean Chinese woman came to the restaurant. She watched me washing dishes, quietly approached. Child, you're from the north, aren't you? Startled, I shook my head. But she knew. It's okay. I came from the north long ago. We're the same blood. I should help. From then on, she'd come to the restaurant sometimes. Secretly pack food for me. Eat plenty. This must be so hard for you. Her warm words brought tears. I couldn't remember the last time I'd heard kind words since leaving the north. One day, she shared something important. Child, there's a shelter run by Korean missionaries. They can help you get to Korea. Really? Yes. I'll get you the contact information. A few days later, she handed me a small piece of paper. A Korean missionary's number. Be careful when you contact them. You can't let Chinese police find out. That night, I called from a payphone. Voice trembling. I'm a defector. Please help me. The missionary answered. It's okay. We'll help you. Mid-May, I finally reached the shelter. Run by missionaries. About 10 defectors like me were there. For the first time, a place where I didn't have to hide. Where I could see sunlight. Me, Sion, do you want to go to Korea? The missionary asked. Yes, I do. Then let's prepare. You'll have to go through Southeast Asia. It's not an easy path, but we'll go with you. Tears came at those words. For the first time, I felt I'm not alone. I spent a month at the shelter. During that time, I talked with other defectors. Found comfort. Everyone carried their own pain. But together, we felt less lonely. The missionaries taught us Bible verses, helped us practice Korean. One night, I looked at the moon from the shelter courtyard. The same moon I'd seen in the north. Are my parents looking at this moon? Is my brother doing well? Longing washed over me, but I couldn't go back. Moving forward was the only way to live. Early June, the missionary spoke. Let's prepare to leave for Thailand. From there, you go to the Korean embassy. Finally, the long journey to Korea was beginning. Excitement mixed with fear. Would I make it safely? June 2023. The longest journey of my life began. I boarded a train with the missionary heading for southern China. Fake ID, fake name, constant tension. Every checkpoint on the train made my heart race. ID check. Every time police approached, I thought, they caught me. But I made it through. The missionary squeezed my hand. Let's pray. That touch brought some relief. 2 days on the train, we reached Yunnan province. Waited there a week. Then, with a broker's help, crossed into Laos. The bus ride over mountain roads was terrifying. Once we drove near a cliff. Looking down, it was dizzying. If I fall here, I'll disappear without a trace. Scary, but I held on. Arriving in Laos, it was early July. The heat was insane. Tropical climate, nothing like the north. Sweat poured like rain. But even drinking water felt risky. Getting sick would be disastrous. From Laos to Thailand, another 2 days by bus. Brokers kept changing. Being passed from person to person felt like being cargo. Each time, can I trust these people? Am I being sold somewhere? Anxiety gnawed at me. Mid-July, we finally reached Bangkok. First time seeing a big city since Pyongyang. Tall buildings, bright signs, people moving freely. Ah, this is a free country. But I was still illegal. Had to hide. We spent a week at a shelter the missionary contacted. Other defectors heading to Korea were there too. Everyone had traveled long journeys. We'll get to Korea soon, we'd say, comforting each other. Then July 21st, a nightmare. Thai immigration cracked down. We all got caught. Illegal immigrants arrested. Police stormed in. My mind went blank. It's over. If they send me back to China, I'll end up in the north. We were detained. Over 10 people crammed into a small room. The toilet was in the room. We slept on the floor. 2 meals a day, rice and soup. That was it. But the real terror? Not knowing where they'd send us. A week passed. I cried every night. I came this far, and it ends like this? Mom? Dad? I'm sorry. Your daughter couldn't make it. In despair, I endured each day. Then one day, an interpreter came. Where do you want to go? Voice trembling, I answered. Korea. South Korea. Please. I used every English word I knew. I want to go to Korea. Please help me. A few days later, a miracle happened. A Korean embassy official came for an interview. Park Mi-seon? Hearing that voice, tears poured out. Yes, that's me. I want to go to Korea. I want to be a citizen of the Republic of Korea. All the tears I'd held back burst out. The embassy official spoke. You're safe now. Our government will protect you. For the first time, I breathed with relief. I'm alive. I can finally go to Korea. A few days later, I received a temporary Korean passport. Holding that passport, how can I describe the feeling? Temporary, yes, but it said Republic of Korea. I'm Korean now. I can be protected now. Early August. Finally, at Bangkok Airport, I boarded a flight to Incheon. First time on a plane. Takeoff was scary, but exciting too. Through the window, clouds, sky. Beyond that sky is Korea. Freedom. Couldn't sleep on the plane. The past 7 months flashed by. Pain in Pyongyang, Tumen River escape, hiding in China, long travels. And now, I did it. I made it here. I thought of my parents. Mom, Dad, your daughter is going to Korea now. I'll live in a free country. If reunification happens, can we meet again? Watching clouds outside, tears fell. I thought of my brother. Seong-min, your sister is going to Korea. I'll study hard there. When reunification comes, I'll bring you too. We'll meet again. I remembered the night I left the note and left home. And I thought of Soo-jin. Soo-jin, I'm on a plane to Korea now. I'll live free for you too. I'll live the freedom you dreamed of. I vowed to live well for my friend. The in-flight announcement came. We'll be arriving at Incheon International Airport shortly. My heart pounded at those words. Finally, the Republic of Korea. The land of freedom. A new life was about to begin. August 5th, 2023. We landed at Incheon International Airport. Stepping off the plane onto Korean soil, my legs went weak. An airport worker helped steady me. Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. It's just, I'm so overwhelmed. The airport was bigger than I'd imagined. Bright lights, clean floors, people moving freely. Everything amazed me. People walking and smiling surprised me. In the north, smiling on the street was frivolous. Here, everyone was free. Ministry of Unification staff welcomed me. Mission, welcome. You've been through so much. Those warm words brought tears. Thank you. Thank you so much. First genuine welcome in 7 months. That night, I slept in temporary housing. A soft bed, warm blankets, and most importantly, safety. First time sleeping peacefully since leaving the north. No nightmares, no patrol sounds, just quiet night. The next day, I went to Hanawon, where defectors receive social adaptation training. I'd spend 3 months there. At first, everything was unfamiliar. Computers, internet, smartphones, subways, all new. One day, a teacher showed me YouTube. You can search for anything here. With trembling hands, I searched North Korea. Amazingly, North Korean news appeared in real time. Is this really possible? Free access to information, it was incredible. My first time at a supermarket, I cried. Shelves overflowing with goods, wreaths, meat, fruit, snacks. So much food to choose from. In the north, we barely survived on rations. Here, I could buy what I wanted. Gratitude brought tears. Convenience stores shocked me too. Open 24 hours? Yes, come anytime. Being able to shop at night seemed unbelievable. At 10 p.m., going to a convenience store to buy ramen made me happy. This is freedom. Doing what I want. When I want. At Hanawon, I learned about Korean history, democracy, and human rights. All citizens are equal, regardless of gender, age, or background. Hearing the teacher's words, I thought, if Soo-jin had been born here, she'd be alive. She could have lived equal and respected. November. I completed Hanawon and entered society. The government provided resettlement funds. I got a small studio in Seoul. My room. My space. At the Pyongyang dorm, 4 of us shared one room. Here, I had my own. It felt luxurious. I started working part-time at a convenience store. They said hourly wage was 10,000 won. In the north, monthly salary was 3,000 won. Here, 10,000 won per hour. With my first paycheck, I wanted to call my parents. But I couldn't. International calls would be monitored. Instead, I wrote a letter. Would send it through a broker in China. Mom, Dad, it's me, Sion. Your daughter is doing well. Don't worry. We'll meet again someday. After mailing the letter, I cried for a long time. I didn't even know if it would get through, if they'd receive it. Winter came. Snow fell in Seoul, too. Watching snow, I thought of Chongjin. Childhood memories. Snowball fights with my brother. The snowman Mom made. Seongmin, are you well? I miss you. I started preparing for the qualification exam. Wanted to go to college? Study properly. I dreamed of becoming a social worker, helping defectors, people struggling like me. I wanted to help. I made friends in the defector community. Everyone had left the north like me. We understood each other's pain, found comfort. Let's live well. Our happiness will give hope to people in the north. 2024 arrived. 24 years old. My first New Year in Korea. I went to Jongno with friends to hear the bell ring. Countless people gathered celebrating the new year. This is a free country. We can gather like this and no one arrests us. When the bell rang, I made a wish. Mom, Dad, brother, stay healthy. May the women in the north someday know freedom. And may reunification come so we can meet again. Now I work at a convenience store while preparing for my qualification exam. Hard sometimes, but I'm happy. I can wear what I want, eat what I want, study what I want. Most of all, I'm grateful to be respected. Sometimes at night, I look toward the northern sky. Beyond there, in Chongjin, my parents and brother live, under the same sky. Yet so far, so different. The pain of division cuts deep. I want to tell women in the North, you deserve respect. You're precious. Being treated carelessly because of power, money, or gender, it's wrong. I pray someday you'll know freedom too. And I want to tell Sujin, I'm living hard for you. The freedom you dreamed of, the human rights you never knew, I'm living them. I won't forget you. I hope reunification comes in our generation. To step on my homeland again. Bow at my parents' graves. Hug my brother. The same people separated, it hurts too much. 24 years old. A new beginning. I'll live pursuing dreams in the Republic of Korea. And I hope someday my story gives hope to women in North Korea. You deserve freedom. Don't give up. Thank you, Republic of Korea, for accepting me, for giving me freedom. Now I'll live proudly as a citizen of the Republic of Korea.